Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Åshild, and today I wanted to do a get to know me tag. I've been planning on doing it for months now. I even asked you guys if you had any questions for me way back. I wasn't able to do it then, but here I am today. I am ready to do it. I know I did one of those get to know me tags early, maybe like one of my first videos was a tag like that, but I've been doing YouTube for I don't know how many years, maybe like 10 years or so, maybe even more. Anyways, a lot has changed since then, and I thought I would do an update. There has been a few new subscribers, and yeah, I thought maybe this would be a fun video to do. Right, so again, my name is Åshild. It is a weird name to pronounce in English because the first letter is Å, which is a common letter here in Norway, but not, for instance, in the US. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm from Norway. I'm from a small town in Gudbrandsdalen, which is kind of like in the middle of Norway. I've been living in Norway my entire life, although a few places in Norway, but I've always been fascinated with the English language, the United States. I think a lot of Europeans, but at least for me as a Norwegian, we grow up with American movies, American like artists, celebrities, huge Hollywood stars. And I remember watching American movies, TV series like that growing up. And I remember thinking everything was just so perfect and cool, and like from all the way down to the candy or the food up to like the way people look. They were all so perfect. I've always felt like I was born in the wrong country. I don't feel like that anymore. I think I still have a huge fascination for other countries as well as the United States in particular. It was a big dream come true when I went on a road trip in the United States in 2010. We started in San Francisco and we drove all the way to Washington, D.C. So we went through a bunch of states. We had the best time, and yeah, it was the best trip ever. But as a grown up, I have also learned how to appreciate what I have. I am very grateful to be born in Norway. I think Norway is a beautiful country, and now I wouldn't want to live or be anywhere else in the world. Like, this is my place. So if you've just stumbled upon my channel, or you've only watched one or two videos, you might see that most of my content is beauty related. I absolutely love makeup, skincare, because it is a way for me to be creative and also a way for me to escape a little bit from everyday life, from life challenges that I might have. It wasn't always like that. I started doing makeup when I was like every day when I was about 20. Before that, I was very allergic, had sensitive eyes and skin, and I just didn't bother too much doing my makeup, only for special occasions or like parties. But I think it was mainly Lauren Conrad that was the main reason why I got so addicted to makeup. She had a very classic style. I really enjoyed the way she applied makeup, and I really enjoyed watching The Hills and Laguna Beach and all that. I grew up with that. And so I think it was me just starting to Google what kind of makeup products she did or how to do a makeup look like hers. And that's how I stumbled upon YouTube. So I mainly fell in love with YouTube around 2006, right when they started existing. And I thought it was an amazing world. It was everything I loved combined: creativity, the English language, because I was pretty much only watching English YouTubers, and then beauty. So I don't remember. Well, that should probably be for another video, what kind of YouTubers I started watching, what kind of YouTubers I'm still watching to this day. That's kind of interesting to me, but that's for another video. But anyways, that's how my passion and obsession with YouTube started. It was just a whole new universe that I absolutely loved being or watching, and I wanted to be a part of. So after a few years, I decided to do my own video, and I just thought it would be a fun thing to do, a creative outlet, and it was never really something I wanted to do for a living or make a career out of. It never really has been. It's just something that gives me a lot of joy, and that's still the way I feel about it. So it's giving me a lot of value, I would say, to be able to connect with other people that has the same interest, that doesn't think I'm weird being obsessed with how many uses it takes for me to finish an eyeshadow, for instance. Like, most people in my life, like all people in my life, does not get that part. There's a few people in my life that does enjoy makeup, but I don't really have anyone else apart from my sister maybe to discuss skincare and makeup with. So being able to connect with you guys is so valuable and amazing to me. So yeah, I have a boyfriend. We've been together for 21 years, and we have a house and 2 kids, and my oldest is 12. He's soon to be 13. He's a boy, and his name is Peder. And then the youngest is a girl. She is 8, and her name is Signe. And they are the best thing that ever happened to me, basically. So, still staff asked me, what is your favorite activity to do with your kids? And managing having children, being a mother living with MS is a bit of a balance work. It can be quite challenging at times. You never really feel like you are able to give them everything you want. I guess that's how it is with most parents, but a lot of the times I feel like I wish I could do so much more with them. But I've learned to focus on the things I can do and not the things I can't do. So when it comes to activities, that has changed over the years. It depends on the age. Okay, so if I start with my son, I think for him, his and mine favorite activity when he was younger was reading to him. I read books for him every single night, and we went through all the Harry Potter books, all the classic books that you can think of. Like, he loved that I read for him, and he now absolutely loves reading. That's like one of his favorite activities. I try to do that with my daughter as well, but she doesn't have the same interests, which is fine. We do other things that we absolutely love to do together. He also loved writing with chalk on the pavement, making labyrinths that we would play in afterwards. Making obstacle courses inside and outside has been one of my favorite activities for both of my kids. They absolutely love it. I don't participate in the obstacle course, but I make it for them, and then I can sit on the side and cheer for them as they go through it. And yeah, they really love that. Playing hide and seek, one of their favorite activities as well. Playing catch, that's not my favorite activity because I get exhausted, but they really love that. What else? We go for bike rides or just for walks to explore nature or just to get out. My son and I would build a lot of Legos. I've also done that with my daughter quite a lot actually. But with him, it was like that's building with Legos was one of his favorite interests as a child or when he was younger. When he was like 2, 3 years old, or 1 to 3, 4, I guess, he would love it when I sung for him. So we had these like singing cards things that had one song on each card, and he would pick a song for us to sing, either just me or him and me together. He loved that. When it comes to music as well, me and my daughter, especially these days, her being 6 to 8 years old, she loved dancing TikTok dances, and we try to learn them together. Sometimes I feel like I need to try to be more physical, try to do a little bit of a workout or something, but I am exhausted and I feel like I need to both do a workout and do an activity with my daughter. For those days, she would love it when she could like pretend being my personal trainer. So she would come up with different types of workouts and then I would just follow them. And she is very athletic and she would know things like she'd ask, okay, what's your problem area today? And I would say like my upper back. And then she would come up with exercises that would be good for my back, and we would do them together or just me, and she would like rate how well I did the exercises, and we would have so much fun with that. She is also, I guess I may have influenced her, but I think her watching YouTube as well does kind of just naturally gets her interested in beauty and makeup herself. So she loves looking at my makeup collection. We would talk about all my makeup. She wants me to rank them. She wants me to categorize it, like how many items are from e.l.f., how many items are from Catrice, and so on. Which are my favorites? What would I recommend to her when she gets older? All these kinds of things. I think it's super fun and she absolutely loves it. It's all on her. She is the one who comes up with these activities and I'm like, yeah, sure, we can sit in bed and go through my makeup collection. That's fun for me as well. She would also love to do my makeup. Sometimes she tried to do like a fun makeup look or like a Halloween makeup look, or she applies makeup on me, really trying to make it beautiful. And through those activities, we talk a lot about why I use makeup and why I love makeup and why I enjoy being creative with makeup and what you kind of have to be cautious about. Like, for instance, being cruelty free, different ingredients, why you maybe shouldn't apply makeup at an early age or skincare. Yeah, things like that. And I try my best to influence her in a good way. She also really loves to do my hair. She's practicing doing different braids on my hair, and I do her hair. Yeah, like these girly kind of things. She loves having spa nights where we do like massages and everything. What else? We would go swimming. We would maybe go like on a cafe or go buy some milkshake, or sometimes we make milkshakes or smoothies at home. Both of them enjoy baking with me. My oldest one has started cooking dinners and like simple things. And then me and my daughter also really love doing more creative stuff like coloring or painting or drawing, things like that. I love knitting. She loves to do crochet things. I'm not really good at that, so we teach each other the different techniques. When I am absolutely like super fatigued, don't feel well, but still want to hang out with my kids, we typically watch a movie, or we would, especially when they're a little bit younger, my daughter still loves to do it. My son, not so much anymore. Drawing on the back with a finger, like making letters or numbers or figures, and then guess what they've been drawing. Or, okay, this is, I know, it's super lazy, but it's a really good activity that especially my daughter really enjoys when I am like out of it. I have nothing to give, no energy. This is what she does. She finds an eyeliner or a pen or something, a crayon, that she draws with on my hands. She loves drawing on my hands, and she lets me guess what she draws. Like, I close my eyes and I guess what she draws, and she absolutely loves that. So yeah, that was a long talk about activities for kids. I'm sure there's more, but that's the first things I can think of. Tina Sweatman7124 also asked if you could choose just one makeup item, what would it be? And that's a hard one. I think it would be concealer. For me, it's either mascara or concealer. I think concealer is at the top there, and then mascara, and then maybe something for my brows, like a brow pen, and then blush. And then it used to be a nude eyeliner for my waterline, because I didn't feel alive until I've applied my nude eyeliner. Well, I can't do that anymore because I've had so much trouble with my eyes. So, but that used to be like a must-have within my makeup collection. All right, so a little bit more about me. I don't think I told you my age. I am 39 years old, and I used to work as a preschool teacher in daycare. I've also worked in schools, and I specialize in kids from 0 to 3 years old. But a few years back, I had to stop working because of my MS. My MS has been pretty stable, but I do have a lot of side effects from my medication, which is Rituxan, and I'm now considering changing my medicine over to Mavenclad. So I might do a video on that in the future if anyone's interested. I know for me, there is lacking a lot of like personal stories about people with MS on YouTube, and I really miss connecting with other people with MS. So I might do a video that I would have loved to watch myself going through my MS journey. Are you an introvert or an outrovert? That has changed over the years. I used to be very, very social. I used to sometimes even be the center of attention. I loved to make people laugh. It was also very important to me to make people feel included and seen. I love getting to know people, and I really value friendships. But over the years, especially after becoming so sick that I had to leave work, and that I had to stay home a lot, and you feel kind of isolated. Or at least for me, I kind of developed sort of a social anxiety. It has become harder and harder for me to connect with people, especially new people. I have my close friends that I love to pieces, and that kind of gets me and knows me. But I think I've sort of slowly developed into an introvert. I get really exhausted when I'm social, and I went from like talking a lot, laughing a lot, just don't really, I didn't really care what people thought of me. I didn't really think too much of it. I now think way too much of what people think about me, and I don't know, I think there's a lot of shame in being sick, having an invisible illness that you feel like you have to explain to new people that you're trying to get to know. So it's just like, it's a weird thing, but I'm really working on that, working on myself in general every single day. It's, yeah, it's life. What's your favorite color? I have three favorite colors. I love sage green. That's my recent favorite color. And I love royal blue and like a dusty pink. Those are my three favorite colors. Do you have siblings? Yes, I have an older sister. She means everything to me and I love her so much. She's like my best friend. Do you have pets? No, I'm allergic. I would like to have a dog. I did consider getting a dog a few years back, but I'm just so scared that I would start reacting to my own pets and that I have to like give them away. I really don't want to be in that situation. But my kids really want a pet, so we'll see. Have you ever been out of the country? Yes. I As a Norwegian, it's pretty common to visit Sweden and Denmark, the closest countries. So I've been there quite a few times. And I've also been to Latvia, France, Italy, Greece, Malta, and the United States. I think those are all the places I've been. There's so many places I would love to visit now. I would really love to go back to Italy. I would love to go to Croatia, England, Ireland, Scotland, Spain, Iceland. I would love to go back to the US someday. There's so many places I would love to visit, but it is a little bit more of a challenge for me to travel with my illness. But I also love traveling within my country. There's so many beautiful places to visit. I would safely say that Norway is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I think that's going to be it for today's video. I could go on and on. There's so many questions here that I could do, but I think this was a little just a snippet of who I am, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I would love to know like a fun fact about you. Yeah, I really enjoyed getting to know my subscribers a little bit more, and why do you watch my channel? Like, is there anything in specific that you like about my channel? And I would also love to know if you have any critiques, because I know I'm not the perfect YouTuber. For instance, I am terrible at editing and I don't have like professional lighting and all that. So there's a lot of potential for improvement. But for me, it's just, the most important thing is to do something fun, something that gives me joy and connect with you guys. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos. Again, if you have any suggestions as to what I could maybe improve on or video ideas, I would love to hear that. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!